policy working groups is a PISIS project that has been developed in Kenya since 2009. With the aim to develop relevant policy in the energy sector, responding to the current lack of regulations in the country. So I went through the debates surrounding biofuels that was also presented, discussed before, that have to do with the food versus fuel issues of land ownership and changes in land use, and environmental risks associated to this technology. But biofuels also offer many possibilities, especially to developing countries, so that was also acknowledged. In terms of providing energy security, energy is a pressing issue in Kenya, so it's an important part. Also in terms of providing income generation for small farmers. Also what we discussed before about decreasing the importation and dependence of petrol, and as a way of increasing exports. An important issue for the Policy Working Group project and my dissertation is that regulations are important to overcome the trade-offs of this technology, and to make technology, in this case, work for the poor, or to provide benefits for the whole Kenyan society. Interactions, and I would look at how did activities change due to these interactions that were happening. Collaborative learning in terms of using knowledge, sharing knowledge between different sectors, and also using knowledge from other countries for developing the Kenyan policy. And knowledge flows in terms of facilitating the flows of knowledge between actors, as I've said, in terms of seeing how different perspectives of these actors have been conciliated, and using all knowledge in new contexts. So, as I said, I took innovation theory in its broad definition that is concerned with learning and competence building more than the narrow perspective that talks about, that is focused on science and technology in particular, because this is more relevant to be applied in developing countries, and emphasizes the interdependence between technical and institutional change. Working with contingent information, that these have to do with denouncings of corruption that came up during my interviews, and a lot of secrecy and biofuel activities that in many cases were, meant not being able to access some information in the field. I focus on the achievements, specifically, firstly on the development of the biofuels policy draft that has been done, as I said before, in 2009, and has been passed to the government. It's still not developed as a policy, but hopefully in the future Kenya will have a biofuels policy, thanks for this, to coordinate the industry. Another achievement is in terms of learning and knowledge exchange taking place from experience on other countries and also amongst the sectors involved. And in terms of the interactions and the collaborative research projects that are taking place currently thanks to this experience. However, the methodology itself, or the way of working of the policy working groups, is one of the main innovations on the project, as it provides platform for actors to interact and develop innovations. And as it has been mentioned before, the market mapping approach is another innovative aspect. Regarding the challenges that the project is facing, they have to do with implementing innovation system in developing countries, on the one hand, which is related to the role of the government and the governmental support, which has been an issue in this case, and corruption going on in the government as well. Another challenge was where I found different discourses of development and different discourses regarding biofuels between the different sectors participated. So different ideas in terms of the benefits, risks, and the need of a policy in the biofuel sector, where I found really different answers in my interviews. So I conclude that there is a need for more research and development in the area, and this is related to the previous point. More knowledge is needed on the impacts and implications of biofuels, and this is reflected on the different answers I got on my interviews.